A Mesa, Arizona woman has been arrested after leaving a 5-month infant child at home alone so she could go out drinking in the middle of the afternoon. On the 27th of October, police stopped 23-year-old Claire Margaret Meacham in the area of Gilbert and Baseline Roads after receiving calls at around 2:20 p.m. about a possible drunk driver. Shortly thereafter, the authorities caught up with Claire and arrested her for a suspected DUI. She then told deputies that she may have left her baby home alone. Officers drove to a home in East Mesa, roughly 12 miles away near Signal Butte and Ray Roads. When officers arrived outside the property, they could hear the child's frantic cries from inside the home. When they entered the residence, they found the child distressed but unharmed. Video footage from the doorbell camera showed Claire leaving the residence at around 12:44 p.m. Police said that the child had been left at the home more than 2 hours before police found her. Claire told officers that she didn't remember anything after leaving the baby in the crib before heading out. She allegedly didn't try to contact anyone to watch her infant before abandoning her baby. Claire lives alone with the child, and the only other person who has access to her house was her mother. The baby was placed into the custody of a family member. Claire was charged with DUI and child abuse. A 32-year-old man is behind bars after being accused of armed robbery in Lorain, Ohio last week. The incident occurred at around 1:13 p.m. on the 26th of October, when Shannon Matheny is alleged to have entered the First Federal Savings Bank at 2233 East 42nd Street. The armed suspect is seen in the photos wearing a long bushy fake beard, as well as hat and sunglasses during the hold-up. The authorities said the bandit escaped with cash in hand, but they didn't disclose how much was stolen. The robbery led to lockdowns at several Lorain schools as a result. On the 28th of October, Shannon was booked into Lorain County Jail following a warrant being issued for aggravated robbery. During his arrest, police said they also recovered a firearm. The authorities said that when the robbery occurred, Shannon was out on a $1,000 bond on charges from the 5th of October for possession of drug abuse instruments and possession of drug paraphernalia. Police said they were thankful to numerous citizens whose phone calls helped in apprehending the suspect. 31-year-old Roman Vargas is behind bars after being accused of fatally shooting 46-year-old Gabriel Rodriguez. At 6:50 a.m. on the 31st of October, the authorities were dispatched to a motel room at Motel 6 located at 5850 Williams Drive in Corpus Christi, Texas, on reports of an unresponsive man. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a deceased man who had died from a gunshot wound to his chest. The medical examiner's office identified the victim as Gabriel. Homicide detectives followed up on leads, and during the investigation they identified Roman as a suspect. Roman had 3 outstanding warrants for federal probation violation, unlawful carrying of a firearm by a felon, and possession of a controlled substance. Later that afternoon at 3:45 p.m, the authorities located Roman in the 5100 block of Interstate 37 and arrested him without incident. Roman was transported to the main police station to be interviewed. He's been charged with murder and is held at the City Detention Center on a $1 million bond. The police have not released a possible motive in the shooting, as the investigation into the matter continues. A man and an infant girl at the center of an Amber Alert early this week in Rosenberg, Texas are both dead, the authorities confirmed. The alert was issued on the 1st of November for 1-year-old Leilani Ordonez and a non-custodial father, 24-year-old Alexander Ordonez, who was wanted in connection with the disappearance. Police said that Alexander broke into a local tow truck business where he stabbed a man he previously worked for and stole a tow truck at around 6 p.m. The former employee was hospitalized and is expected to survive. Following the stabbing, Alexander drove to the home of his daughter's babysitter on Brooks Avenue. He then forced his way inside and abducted Leilani and took off in the tow truck. That's when Rosenberg police put out an Amber Alert. At around 2 a.m. the following morning, the authorities located the tow truck and chased it. The pursuit ended about an hour later along the FM 762 road in Rosenberg when police threw out spike strips. The authorities said that Alexander had stabbed the girl at some stage, then himself after the vehicle was stopped. He then got out of the truck with a baby, who was bloody in his arms. They were both taken to the hospital, where they died. No amount of training can prepare you for this type of scene, Rosenberg Police Department Lieutenant Suni Jagueta said. The police said that detectives are talking to the child's mother, who lives on the outskirts of Rosenberg. The investigation into the matter continues. Her mother is behind bars after a 1-year-old child was reportedly found unresponsive in a bathtub and later died. In August, Jenna Feathers left 3 of her children, including 2 toddlers and a 1-year-old child, in a bathtub at a home in Lehman's Drive in Anderson, South Carolina. Other family members allegedly returned home and found the unresponsive infant and called 911. The baby was transported to a local hospital, where the child later died. Upon further investigation, detectives obtained evidence leading to Jenna's arrest on the 26th of October. Jenna is charged with homicide by child abuse and 3 counts of unlawful neglect of a child. She remains held without bond at the Anderson County Jail.